Hi, today we are going to talk about data processing agreements and we are going to understand how we can create data processing agreement PDFs on automation completely in bulk. So we're going to produce bulk PDF files on automation utilizing this Google document template that you see on the screen, which is my data processing agreement. And for this, I have created data processing agreement records in a Notion database. So we have three records of information in the database, and we are going to produce PDF files on automation for every record of the database directly within the database. And once the automation is set up, you can simply keep on adding more and more records into the database, and it will automatically create the PDF files for you within the database itself. So let us understand how we'll be using this particular Google document template, and with the help of the template and the database, how we will be creating an automation system to create the PDF files. For this, we'll be using an automation tool known as PDFOutput. PDFOutput will help you produce the PDF files from your Google document template utilizing the Notion database that I just showed you. So let us understand how this will work. Click on login and simply quickly sign in over here. So I'm going to quickly sign in and then we will proceed with the rest of the demonstration. So as you log in, the very first thing it will ask you is to set up the automation over here. So click on new automation and let's give it a name. So let's say this is DPA automation. Let me click on create, and the very first thing which I need to do is I need to connect a Notion database over here. Okay, so when you will be setting it for the first time, there will be no database that will be added, so you will need to add a database over here. But in my case, already I have a database added over here, so I can click on change Notion database, then I will click on add new database. As I do that, it will now prompt me to add the database inside the selection screen. So meanwhile, what I can do is I can copy the database title from here. So let me copy the title, and I will utilize this database within the selection screen where I'll be able to select the database records. So I'll go back to the selection screen and let it load for the window where I'll be able to add the records. Make sure you are under the correct account. So I'm under this particular account. So while you're adding the database, make sure you select your right account which is going to be used in this purpose. Okay. Click on select pages and then you can just simply put the database title over here. As you do that, it will automatically load the database. Select that and you can see it is already added. Click on allow access, and now this will give access to the database which we can use for the remaining steps of the automation. So you can see the database is now already showing up over here by the name of DPA records. And if you go back to the database and scroll to the very right side, you should be able to see few additional columns which have been added. It is the generate PDF column, PDF file column, and Google Drive file. Okay. So if any record is marked as ready to generate, it will be converted and stored as PDF file right within the database. Okay. So when you will be connecting a database for the first time, you should be able to see these three columns added automatically by PDFOutput. And all the PDFs will be stored under the PDF file column that we'll be creating in the process. If you'll be adding a Google Drive folder to this setup, you will also be able to see a Google Drive folder link, which will be visible under this column in your database records. So let us go back to the setup. Click on next. The next step is adding a document. So we'll be adding this particular document which you see over here, which is also stored as a template inside the selection screen. So click on select Google document. If you already hold any existing document for the DPA agreement, you can go with any existing document option. If you want to start from scratch, you can obviously choose a blank document. If you want to just test with a quick document automation, you can use this add Google demo document, which will quickly create a document for your use case. But in this case, I'm going to select the document from a template. So what I can do is I can go to the agreement side and you can see the DPA agreement visible over here. Alternatively, you can obviously type that same. It will be showing you over here as well. Click on use template and you can click on next. You can click on make a copy, and it will now prompt you to create a copy of the same inside your account. So make sure you choose your right account, whichever you are currently logged in, and that should be the account which should be in use, which will help you create a copy. So close this window, and now it will automatically prompt you to select the document from the available list of documents. So go to the document side and you should be able to see the copy of the data processing agreement which is already created. So click on this and click on select. Now that particular copy is selected. Click on continue. As you do that, you should be able to see the document load up on the window on the left side completely. And alongside the document, if you scroll to the right side, you should be able to see all the data processing agreement record properties visible over here, one below the other. Okay, so everything that you have added inside the database, it is already showing up on the right side, which we will be using to map the properties onto the document. Scrolling down below, you will find two additional things. First is selecting a Google Drive folder where you want to save the PDF file. So this is an optional setup. So if you want to save your PDFs inside a Google Drive folder, you can do that. I don't want to save my PDFs inside this. What I instead want to do is I want to define how my PDF file will be named. Okay, so I want to create my PDF file as per the controller name. Let's say you can choose any particular column, but let me go with the controller name. Okay, maybe you can go with the company name as well. So you have the company name available, you can go with that. So what I'll do is I can click on the drop down. I will simply type company name, and you can see it is showing up over here. So all my PDF file will be saved as per the company name value that you see in this particular database. The next and important thing is mapping the properties onto the database. Okay, so here let's say I want to add my company name. Okay, so I will just scroll up. You can see it is showing your company. So what I can do is I can remove this, and I can simply click on copy. You can see the placeholder has been copied. Then I need to use a keyboard shortcut Control V or Command V. Okay, so if I use that, it will be able to paste that property inside the document. So now everywhere the company name value will be replaced wherever you have mapped like this with the company name value that you find inside the database. Okay, similarly you can move on and map all the remaining properties as well. So we have already mapped most of the properties like controller name, controller streets, everything inside double curly brackets, which is already available as part of a database, has been already mapped. Okay, so you can simply click on copy. You can go to the document where you want to add it and simply use Control V or Command V on your keyboard, which is the keyboard shortcut to paste the property onto the document. Okay, so simply copy paste all the properties onto the document, and once you are happy and satisfied with the setup, you have two ways of generating the PDF. First is if you click on the download PDF option, it allows you to quickly download 3 PDFs for quick testing. So you can choose this option if you have 3 PDFs records available in a database just to test it out. Otherwise, if you have a lot of documents that has to be generated from the database, like a lot of records are there, and you want to create everything out of it, so you can go with batches of 100 records at a time. So if you select this option, it will process 100 records at a time. So you have to keep on clicking this option multiple times to generate all the records. But in this scenario, I will go with this option, setup Notion automation. So I will click on this, and as soon as I click on this, it will start setting up an automation system which will be able to create the PDF directly inside the database. So you can see the automation has been set up. If I go back to the database and I scroll to the right side, I should be able to create PDF right now within the database. For this, what I need to do is I need to simply turn this property as ready to generate. And as I do that, it will automatically create and process the PDF right inside this PDF file column. Meanwhile, when it is processing the PDF, let me explain you one more thing. You will find one more column being added when you start setting up the automation. This is choose document. Okay, so basically what it does is, for this existing automation which we created by the name of DP automation, we added this particular document as the template, right, which is copy of data processing agreement. Let's say we are adding 3 or 4 more templates for the same automation. So we have data processing agreement 1, we have data processing agreement 2, 3, 4, and so on. Okay, and you want to use all the templates on the same database. Like for the first record, you want to use the first template. For the second record, maybe you want to use the second template. For the third record, maybe you want to use third template. So whichever template you want to use for any of the record, you will find that option inside this choose document selection. So as you can see, it has processed the document, and now it has completed the processing, and a PDF file have been created right inside this PDF file column. So let me click on this, and we should be able to see the processed PDFs with all the placeholders replaced. So you can see, first of all, this company name has been mapped to the company name value, and let me showcase the other parts as well. So you can see everything inside the document has been correctly mapped wherever it needed to be, and it has automatically placed. So obviously not all the fields were correctly mapped. You could have mapped all the properties. It was just a demonstration to showcase how it works, but most of the properties have been mapped with the document. And let me open up the second file, that is global inclusive, and this also comes out to be correctly mapped as it should have been. Okay, so this is how you can start using PDF output to start mapping your PDFs with the placeholder values, and you can create multiple documents directly within the database with an easy to use automation. Now you can simply keep on adding more and more records and mark it as ready to generate, and the PDF will directly be created in the PDF file column. So this is how simple and easy it is to use this automation tool to take the best advantage of the available process. I hope this demonstration was clear and helpful to you. If you have any questions, use this chat bubble and send me a message with your queries. I'll be able to address the same as soon as I see it. Or else you have an option of directly reaching out to me by going to the home page and scrolling down, and you can see that there is this contact button which you can click, and you should be able to send me a message where I will be able to address